Hello and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I want to talk about how to dress to look better, but more specifically I want to talk about how to dress to feel better as well, because I truly believe that if you feel confident in what you're wearing and you can forget all about it, you can go out, you can get on with your day, and you're not constantly thinking about, does this look right, is it too tight, does my tummy look big in it, because all those things can knock your confidence. And I know for myself that back in the olden days, I used to work for a software company. I used to do a lot of presentations. And so when you're doing a presentation, all eyes are on you. And that can be quite disconcerting. Anyone who's done presentations will know that you want to feel like you're absolutely confident in what you're wearing so that you can forget about it. You don't want to be worrying about whether your skirt's riding up or whether your blouse is pulling apart at the bust and showing your bra. So all of those things can really cause you problems with your confidence. And I'm not just talking about in the business world. I'm also thinking about women who've perhaps had a big change in their life where their confidence has been dented a little bit. I know that for me, going into my 40s and then into my 50s and going through that whole process of the hot flushes, it can really knock your confidence. You can feel like a part of you has disappeared. Maybe you've started to feel a bit invisible. It could be that, again, like me, you're an empty nester, the children have left home, your role has changed, and suddenly you have an awful lot more time for you. And you might be thinking, well, who am I now? How, excuse me, how do I reflect who I am through what I wear? And I do think it's important, and this again was brought home to me in a more formal situation. I went on a course and there were a group of us there, and at one point during the course we all had to make a presentation. And I had kind of looked around the room at the different people, and you know what it's like. You look at somebody and without meaning to, you've already decided who they are. Are they married? Are they single? Do they have children? What sort of a house do they live in? What sort of a job do they have? All these things go through our mind, and I'm sure you've heard about this before. There's so much information about first impressions, and we do it without even thinking about it. And I can remember that one of the ladies on the course had come straight from work, and she was dressed in a formal navy blue suit. And it turned out she was an accountant. And when it came to the point that we did our presentations, she stood up, and I had kind of felt a little bit like she wasn't somebody I felt particularly comfortable with, because she was very formal and it was almost like there was a barrier around her. Well, when she stood up to make her presentation, she was absolutely hysterical, and we were all laughing, almost crying with laughter at some of the things that she was saying. And yet, having seen her, first of all, none of this came across. That personality was completely hidden under that navy suit. Now, I'm not saying that if you go to work, you don't wear your navy suit, you wear a bright yellow jacket or something like that. No, obviously a lot of us can't do that if we're in an environment where there are certain things that we have to wear. But you can put a little bit of your personality into it. It might be a blouse colour, it might be a pair of earrings, it might be a scarf, it might even be just your shoes. I mean, Theresa May got away with this for ages, bringing out that little bit of animal print in her shoes. So those little things can really start to show who the person inside is. And this whole thing about dressing to look and feel better, think about, are you saving your nice things for best? Well, when does best come? Why don't you deserve to wear those nice things now? Are you saving something until you've lost £5? Well, it's sitting in your wardrobe, and every time you look at it, you're going to feel guilty about I haven't lost those £5. Why not have things in your wardrobe that fit you now, that you put on, that give you confidence, that make you feel good? So please banish those things which are waiting until, because they're never going to make you feel good. What if that day doesn't come where you lose £5? And really, does it matter? There's so much in the press at the moment, and especially on social media, about body shaming. I know for myself, you know, I have things that I put on and I think, oh, my tummy looks big in that, or I'm really conscious of my bust, and we need to try and stop doing that. We need to try and find things that we feel good in all of the time. And so that's what I wanted to talk about a little bit in this video. I've made some notes because I don't want to forget about anything that I want to say to you. But really, I wanted to make this video because back in the summer, I changed my business. You may know this. If you don't know me already, for the last 7 or 8 years, I had a blog called Looking Stylish. I put a lot of information on there about how to dress, what to wear. So there was a lot of advice in there. And the blog kind of took over my life. It became something which I felt I had to be doing. I had to be posting twice a week. And it kind of took away from what I'd started the business for in the first place, which was to help the ordinary woman look and feel good about herself. And so back in the summer, I sat down and I thought about this quite hard, and I decided that I really missed that. I really wanted to think about where I wanted my business to go. And it came back to thinking about the times that I've worked with women in the past where it's been so rewarding because somebody has come to me and I've put colours on them, or I've put makeup on them, or I've put them in a particular dress or style of trousers, and they've looked in the mirror and they've felt amazing. And it's hard to explain the shivers that you get when that happens. I've had women crying out of, you know, they've looked in the mirror and they've said, I've never seen myself like this. And quite often they've never given themselves the permission to see themselves looking like that. And if you have read anything that I've done on colour, you'll know that I'm very anti putting people into boxes. And especially the last, you know, since I turned 40, since I turned 50, there are stereotype boxes that women of our age are put into. You know, we shouldn't be wearing leather trousers. We shouldn't be wearing low-cut tops. Well, who is it who makes these shouldn't rules? Why shouldn't we be wearing what makes us feel good? Now, I have a pair of, they're actually pleather trousers, really nice quality ones. I feel great in them. Why shouldn't I wear them? Thinking about how to dress to make yourself look better and therefore feel better. Think about those things that really do give you joy. When you're out shopping, think about when you're looking around, something grabs your attention and you think, oh my goodness, that is gorgeous. One little caveat to this is that if you're always buying things that are, you know, drop dead gorgeous, it does mean that you don't have the basics in your wardrobe to help put those outfits together. And I talked a little bit about this in my previous video about my autumn capsule wardrobe. And I will link that below because I did talk about the importance of basics, and I talked about the importance of buying things not in isolation, buying things that you know you can create outfits with. So yes, buy the wow things. Yes, don't wait to wear them. Please wear them, make yourself feel good. But yes, think also about having some basics. Now, but those basics don't have to be, you know, just a basic t-shirt. That basic could be a cashmere jumper. It can still make you feel good. So if you get up this morning and you're feeling a little bit perhaps, you know, you feel like you're not looking your best, you're feeling a little bit down even. Think about what you could wear that would lift your spirits as well. And colour very often does this. And it's no coincidence that people who are depressed will stop wearing colour. Women who aren't feeling good about themselves will stop wearing makeup, when actually that's the time to really think about doing those things. Because if you can look in the mirror and what comes back at you, you think, oh yeah, okay, well, I'm not feeling great today, but I've put on my red lipstick and that's made me feel better. I know it's brightened my face up a bit. Then do those things to help yourself when you get dressed on those days where perhaps you aren't feeling your absolute best. Another thing to think about is wearing things that you really love. And as I said, they can be standout things, but they can be, you know, the more basics, the cashmere, the whatever. If you think about how a child dresses, this is quite interesting, because you can tell if a child has dressed itself or if its mother has dressed it. Because if the child has dressed itself, probably none of it goes together. Because what they've done is they've gone in their wardrobe and they've pulled out, you know, that favourite skirt, and they've pulled out that favourite top, and the colours clash, and, you know, they want to wear a bow in their hair. I mean, I've got some great pictures of my children when they've dressed themselves, but they've worn things that they really love. And I think that gives the wardrobe something that's a little bit playful. You know, wear things that you do really love. Go into your wardrobe and pull out a few bits and pieces. And I'm not saying clash things and, you know, wear things that don't go together, but think more about wearing things that you really love and things that you really like. I heard somebody say just a little while ago something along the lines of they were out shopping, they were looking for something in particular, and they found something and thought, well, that'll do. Please don't do that'll do. Don't think that'll do. You deserve better than that. Think, what is fantastic? What do I feel really good in? What's going to make me feel confident? I'm very passionate about this, as you can probably tell, so it's really important to me, and it's the whole really ethos behind my business, and what my business strives to do is to really make you feel good about yourself. Another thing to think about is that old quote, which I think was Marilyn Monroe. She said something along the lines of, give a girl the right shoes and she can conquer the world. Well, those shoes don't have to be stilettos. They could be a pair of brogues. But if you think about, if you had the right things, if you had clothes that made you feel confident, what would that encourage you to do? What could you be? What could you do if you were wearing clothes that made you feel fantastic? So there is so much wound up in this whole thing about what we wear. It's not a fluffy subject at all. You know, I've had in the past where, oh, colour, well, yeah, you know, isn't that a bit frivolous to think about what you're wearing? No, it's not frivolous at all. It's actually very important. And I think as you get older, and perhaps as your confidence gets knocked, it can become even more important. So that thing about dressing for the job that you want, not the job that you have, I would actually change that to dress for the person that you are. Dress for the person that you want people to respond to. Dress for the person that you want to be. And show people your personality with what you're wearing. What do you want the world to know about you? Do you want to be approachable? Or is it a day where you're feeling like you want to put a little bit of barrier up? That might be a day where you wear something that's a bit more of a formal colour. If you can wear black, or if you want to wear black, maybe it's wearing black, maybe it's wearing navy blue or charcoal grey. Those are the slightly more formal colours, which, you know, if you don't want anybody to get too close today. If you want to encourage people to talk to you and be friendly with you, then it's much better to wear a sort of neutral colour that's not so, or that is more approachable. So think about how you want to project yourself in the world today. Think about some finishing touches as well, and that could be a hat. You know, hats are great for showing off confidence. Not a lot of people wear them. If you've got a fantastic hat on, then yeah, you are going to look confident. Think about makeup. You know I always feel better when I've got makeup on, when I've got my lipstick on, you know, when my nails are painted. Those things all give me confidence. They all make me feel good when I'm getting dressed. Like accessories, you know, I mentioned Theresa May and her shoes. I love a great pair of shoes. Things like scarves, you know, you can put a scarf on that's a lovely colour that lights up your face. So think about all those finishing touches that you can use that not only make you feel good, but that also express your personality, or that perhaps tell a story about you as well. So I hope you've enjoyed those tips. You may have come to this video thinking I was going to tell you what to wear. Well, if you know me, you'll know that I won't ever tell you what to wear. I will encourage you to think about ideas. I'll give you suggestions. But the whole thing about feeling good in your clothes is about really understanding who you are. And I talk about this an awful lot more in my Style Strategy program, which I do want to mention to you because I think it's something that can really help you answer some of those questions, to really think about who am I? How do I want to project myself to the world? What do I want to wear? It talks a lot as well about not being dictated to about what you should wear. I saw something on Instagram the other day, and it really quite bugged me. It was one of these memes, and it was somebody looking horrified, and it said underneath it, the moment when the colour analysis tells you you can't wear black. Well, if you know me, you'll know that that is something that really winds me up, because I don't believe we should be put into boxes. I don't believe we should be put into a box that says you're a spring, so you can't wear black. You're pear-shaped, so you mustn't show off your hips. There are some ways and there are some techniques to help you understand your body shape and your colouring and which colours and shapes will look great on you. But I also want you to know that you can break those rules. If you wear something and it makes you feel good, that's more important to me than saying to you, you can't wear black. If on a day when you get up in the morning, you want to wear black because that's going to give you confidence, then that's what I believe you should be doing. So I do give you all the guidelines. I will obviously tell you how to work out which are your best colours, but I'll also tell you how to wear black. So in the Style Strategy, I cover all of this. There is a ton of information in there about wearing colour, about shapes, about creating a capsule wardrobe, about creating a wardrobe that you love, about expressing your personality. So I will leave a link to that in the description box below. I will also leave a link for a little capsule wardrobe ebook that I created, which you might also find useful, and the videos that I've mentioned previously as well. If you have any questions, please do leave them down in the comments and I will get back to you. And if you haven't already subscribed, I would love it if you do. If you click on the little bell, you'll get a notification the next time I release a video. If you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. It does obviously help me to know what sort of videos you would like to watch. So thanks very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.